Hey guys, welcome back to another video here from the 2024 Mama Fall Fest. Behind me, I have the all-new 2025 Nissan Kicks SR all-wheel drive, which offers some class-exclusive features and options that you normally will not find in the subcompact space, but all of that does come at a pretty pricey price tag, as equipped as seen behind me. Now in today's video, I want to do a quick walk-around tour of this SR all-wheel drive with the 19-inch wheels to show you everything that you will get on this vehicle, as seen behind me. Then we'll go ahead and set up some cameras on the inside, give you my raw initial driving impressions and just my overall thoughts on the Nissan Kicks in general here in this specification. So without further ado, let's not waste time and get right into it. So the Kicks in front of us is finished in the red exterior with the black two-tone roof paint option, the 19-inch alloy wheels, as well as the black and red two-tone SR interior. Now the Nissan Kicks is something that I've seen starting to hit dealership lots out there, and obviously I haven't filmed a video here on the channel, so this is my initial raw reactions, but upon spending just a few minutes with this vehicle, it offers a lot of impressive features and technology. So starting at the front end of the Kicks, you will find LED lighting with your LED projector headlights in this upper housing. The LED daytime running lights are illuminated right here, and I assume that is also where the LED turn signals are going to be located. And then down below, you won't find any sort of fog light on this vehicle, but you will find front and rear parking sensors, which is very impressive. Then you have the large radar sensor just behind that plastic portion on there for the adaptive cruise control and some of the other driver assistance technologies. You have SR badging in the gloss black upper section with the white and silver Nissan badging, and there you can see the front camera for the 360 surround view camera system. So again, you're gonna find a lot of nice technology that you normally would not find in the subcompact space. Now coming around to the side of the Kicks, you will find matte black plastic cladding around the wheel arches and the lower door section, although you will find some nice textured elements here at the very front of the front bumper along the side of the vehicle that does continue around back as well. And then coming to the wheels and tires, as I was mentioning, this one features 19-inch alloy wheels with the gloss black and machine face. They are going to be 225, 45, 19-inch Bridgestone Alenzis Sport AS all-season tires. Coming up to the mirror caps, black mirror caps, LED turn signal integration. You have the little Kicks branding here on the post for the door mount. There's your cameras for that 360 surround view camera system. Mirrors are going to be heated and do have blind spot detection. Very nice to see. You have proximity key entry on both of the two front door handles. And then backing up here on the side profile of the Kicks, there you can see the two-tone paint that this one is equipped with a lot of the nice silver trim on the lower doors, the upper section above the belt line there, and then even the cross rails are going to be finished in a nice silver trim, just to contrast against the black paint. And then also you do have the large panoramic sunroof on this particular vehicle. Now coming out back, you do have a little bit of a unique design language out back. There are, believe it or not, windows located here around the C-pillar. There's going to be obviously your taillight design, which is going to be partially LED, partially incandescent in nature. I will go ahead and put a clip up on the screen of what those look like. And then down below, the bumper is going to be a little bit of matte black plastic here on the upper section with the body color red on the lower part. You do have rear backup sensors, as I was mentioning. Nice gray Kicks badging with the SR all-wheel drive on the passenger side. Gloss black here in the middle section of the tailgate with your Nissan branding, very similar to that of the front. Backup camera, and that is basically gonna do it for the back. You have the normal integrated wiper on the window, which is gonna be, expected in this vehicle, not hidden or anything up in the spoiler. And yeah, they're in the sunlight. You can see the colors just a little bit better, but I really am a fan of the overall styling. I think it is a great, youthful, modern design. Doesn't go too bold or anything, but might not be for everybody out there. But you guys let me know your thoughts and opinions on this design down in the comment section below. Now taking a look on the interior, this is where it gets quite impressive in a few key areas. Now starting out with the door pin, you will find a lot of soft touch materials here on this SR trim. So up top you have the orange and gray accent stitching. All of this is going to be a leatherette type of material, and then this is going to be kind of a carbon fiber textured soft touch with the same accent stitching. You do have power windows, mirrors, and locks, with all four windows being automatic up down, believe it or not. No power folding mirrors, but they are going to be power adjustable with your power door locks. Silver accent door handle pull, good amount of lower door storage, and they do have a premium 10-speaker Bose audio system on this one with the optional package. Now coming to the driver's seat, this is something I was kind of expecting to see powered at the $32,000 price point, but this is just going to be a normal 6-way manual design. There you can see the leatherette and cloth material. Do have the nice stitching in the center section, and then coming up top, the leatherette bolsters with the Bose Personal Plus audio branding on the sides, because there are speakers integrated to the actual headrest themselves. And then there is going to be a quick look at the front dashboard. Now taking a look here on the interior, you're going to find two 12.3-inch infotainment as well as digital cluster screens, among a host of other features and amenities. So starting in front of the driver, like I said, you're going to find the 12.3-inch screen that is going to be controlled on the steering wheel on the left side. There is going to be some customization to it, but you have your digital tachometer. Obviously, speedometer is going to be digital on the right side with your speed limit. You have your current gear selection, and then cycling through some of the different pages, there's your info for your safety systems, lane keeping assist. You can go into the settings in a little bit more detail. Then pressing it to the right, you do have a little different layout with your gear selection, tachometer, speedometer, and fuel level. And then here is going to be your automatic refuel. You can scroll through different options for trip information, MPG, individual tire pressure. There's going to be your four-wheel or all-wheel drive system, Sirius XM, so there's your media. And then finally, going back to the safety systems, you can toggle through some different pages, as you can see there. So I'm not going to go into in-depth in this, but there is going to be quite a bit of customization you can do if you do so choose. Now coming back to the steering wheel, this is going to be leather wrapped with the red accent stitching. This is going to be heated with a little button to the left of the steering wheel. Audio multimedia on the left. You do have some of your cruise control, adaptive distance settings, Pilot, 360 assist, etc. all in this area with the new Nissan branding in the center. Automatic headlights with auto high beam assist. This does have automatic rain sense wipers, believe it or not, so that is awesome to see. And then to the left of the steering wheel, you have your heated steering wheel button, as well as I believe this is for your steering assist on and off, which you can see is only available with cruise control on, so that is where you'll turn that on and off. And then above that, you have some of that soft touch carbon fiber trim that matches the door, gloss black around the AC vents. And then this is all gonna be soft touch, kind of in an injection molded plastic with the accent stitching. So this is all premium material, which is, you know, much better than that hard plastic that's typically found across the dashboards in this segment of SUV. Now coming over to the infotainment system, again, 12.3-inch in size, wireless Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, Sirius XM, AM, FM, USB, Bluetooth inputs as well. Climate control systems can be controlled and configured up here, as well as the physical buttons down below. There's the home screen. You can see no devices or anything. And there is user profiles and a little bit of additional customization that you can do all from the system. Now, not gonna go too in depth because I don't have enough time for that, but I'm sure there's other videos out there if you guys want to know that. Physical volume and power knob, skip for track and seeking. There's the 360 camera system, actually takes up the whole display, so bravo for that. Decent resolution, it actually looks pretty good up on the screen, and does have the guidance lines and all the normal stuff. Heated front seats, single zone automatic climate control with fan speed adjustment, USB-C data ports down here. There is going to be a little, I believe, wireless charging pad for your phone at this angle. Engine stop start button, electronic parking brake, automatic vehicle hold, nice red accent leather shift boot. Drive mode select. This vehicle does have sport, standard, eco, and snow modes for its all-wheel drive and powertrain. And there is the nice gear selection with the red accent trim, as I was mentioning. Two very large and deep cup holders, along with your proximity key fob. It does have a built-in remote start on the fob itself. Nice padded leather armrest. It does not slide, unfortunately, but there is a 12-volt outlet inside. And I think that would be one area where I would like it to slide forward, just so you have a little bit of additional coverage for your elbow. And then all of this is going to be soft touch next to the center console to match the doors and the upper dashboard. So good on them for all offering the soft touch material. And then up top, you can see the gray accent pillars, decently soft headliner, although a little bit cheaper in quality. There you can see the LED vanity illumination, manual dimming interior rearview mirror, overhead LED lighting, panoramic sunroof and power shade controls. There's the sunglasses holder. And yeah, that is pretty much going to be it as far as the interior. Very, very impressive for its feature set. Now let's go ahead and take a quick look out back and see what you get back there. Now take a look at the second row of the kicks. Unfortunately, not all the materials do fall through from the front, but that is okay. So up top, you have hard touch materials for the door panel, still soft touch padded armrests with your power window controls and a little bit of bottle storage. There you can see these second row seats do match the materials as the front. So stepping inside, step in height is actually very easy given the ride height and door opening. there's going to be a quick look at the front dashboard. And then coming out back, you have 2 USB-C charging ports, no AC vents, but you do have heat ducts underneath the front 2 seats, mat pockets on both of the 2 front seats. And then the seats do fold down 60-40 split and do have a center armrest with 2 cup holders integrated very nicely in them, and then overhead LED lighting. In terms of physical space, behind my rough driving position, I would say I have about 3 inches of legroom, plenty of footroom down below. Headroom is where it starts to get a little bit tight given the more upright seat backs, but given this notch out, I would say I have about 1.5 inches or so of headroom. And like I said, this notches upwards just where the sunroof actually stops, just in time for my actual head to sneak in there. But really not too bad in the back seat, very impressive. And let's go ahead and take a look at the cargo area and see what's back there. Now, popping the cargo area, this is just going to be a power release, of course, not a power lift gate, as that's kind of not expected in this SUV class. But you do have a nice partial storage shelf, so this can be taken out or removed if you need a little bit of additional height. You do have incandescent lights on both the left and right hand side, little tie down points, cubbies on both sides, and then beneath the floor you have an integrated spare tire, roadside toolkit, all the usual stuff that one would expect, and a little bit of little noise insulation to hopefully keep a little bit of additional road noise out of the cabin. But as we would tell for the driving portion of this video, it is still quite noisy when you're driving down the road. Now, finally wrapping up here on the passenger front seat, of course, materials are going to follow through from the driver's side, and just a 4-way manual seat design, so no height adjustment over here. There's a look at the dashboard. Coming to the glove box, it is going to be damped, does not have any sort of illumination, but is going to be a nice, useful size. And yeah, that's pretty much going to be a look here at the 2025 Nissan Kicks. Let's go ahead and pop to the see what powers this particular vehicle, and then go ahead and take it for a quick spin. Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. You join me in the all-new 2025 Nissan Kicks subcompact SUV, and I am filming my initial driving impressions. I literally have just started pulling this out of the parking lot because I wanted to get my raw first reaction of this SUV, because it offers a lot of features for the dollar, and just wanted to give it kind of my knee-jerk reaction, if you will, on camera. Now, under the hood is a 2-liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder engine paired to a CVT type transmission. Now, this is newly available in all-wheel drive configurations, which this vehicle is, and the engine puts out 141 horsepower and 140 pound-feet of torque. So that's where you saw my facial reaction here at the beginning, or just pulling out of the parking lot there. It's because putting your foot down, there is not a ton of grunt behind this vehicle. Now, it's not terrible, but it is something to consider. Now, another thing that I'm noticing immediately off the bat is the road noise. This vehicle's loud. I'm just gonna say it. This vehicle is not quiet on the interior, and I know I've just gotten out of a handful of other vehicles where obviously they offer more isolation inside of the cabin, but man, this thing's kind of loud on the road noise. Now, this one's equipped with 19-inch alloy wheels, believe it or not. So pretty low profile tires in a vehicle in this class and segment. This one costs over $32,000, offers a decent amount of interior room, of course, all-wheel drive. That's not something you typically see in subcompact SUVs like this one. But yes, it is loud on the inside. I mean, it feels like you can really feel the road noise coming through the bottom of the floorboards. So at this price point, that's a little bit concerning, not gonna lie, given some of the other vehicles one can purchase for the low, approaching on the mid $30,000 price point. Now, handling's actually, man, this thing feels pretty on top of it, pretty nimble, so that is a plus. Of course, 19-inch alloy wheels with, you know, fairly slim profile tires should help out with that. Now that we changed pavement surfaces here, it actually dialed back the noise just a little bit, but you can still hear it coming through the floorboard. Now, when you're taking a look at the power, it kind of builds upon, you know, speed. It kind of, the CVT helps, you know, keep it in its narrow power band, or if you will, but kind of is what it is at the end of the day. We do have the AC on, which probably impacts it just a little bit. Now, touching on the ride quality here over this less than perfect pavement, It's actually very, very good. Not gonna lie here. It actually feels pretty well refined, well damped, not stiff by any means, despite the wheel and tire combo. But all things to consider, it's really not that bad. As long as they can get that noise under control, I think most of the other aspects are pretty good, big winners. Now, in terms of visibility behind the wheel, this is actually pretty darn good, although there are some chunkier aspects that you do need to look around here on the inside. You do see both of the front corners of the front fender or hood area where it bulges up here from the driver's seat. A-pillar is a little bit on the larger side, but not bad. You do have door-mounted mirrors, which helps with side visibility out both different doors of the vehicle. B-pillars are actually fairly large, so that is something to take into consideration. But looking over your shoulder, you have a very tiny C-pillar or C area window that will allow you to at least see if there is a car in your blind spot, which a lot of vehicles, like this don't necessarily have that extra visibility. So not too bad here in the, front seat of the kicks. And the seats, they're really not that bad. They're decently comfortable, although I have a little bit of an issue with the lumbar, but that's kind of a personal subjective thing. Every body type's gonna be a little bit different. But yeah, it's really not that bad here on the inside. But yeah, not too much else to go over here. We will, of course, do a full walk-around tour of this particular vehicle because I want to showcase you guys it, given it is all new to the market. And this might be one of the few times I'm able to get hands-on and behind the wheel of this particular vehicle. So I kind of want to do it all with this one, but I wanted to kind of film my, initial raw reactions at the beginning of this video so you guys can actually get my first impressions, behind the wheel rather than me driving it for a couple minutes, parking it, filming the exterior and interior tour, then getting back behind the wheel, because certainly a couple pros, but a couple big cons in my opinion. That road noise is quite loud. So now join me a few days later after getting behind the wheel of the 2025 Nissan Kicks, and I just want to give you my quick final impressions and kind of conclude this video. First of all, I want to give a huge thanks to Nissan and Mama for holding this event and bringing their vehicle out for us to test and review. Absolutely fantastic experience. Like I said, it's not a vehicle and brand that I normally am able to get behind the wheel of. Hopefully that will change in the future, but as a whole, I was fairly impressed with what the Nissan Kicks had to offer. I think by far my biggest complaint of that vehicle is going to be the noise isolation, and intrusion into the cabin. It really was quite loud. And even in the subcompact space, I now realize, some of the features and options that I discussed in this video are available on the competition, at least in their fully loaded highest trim levels. But the Nissan Kicks, as seen here, was basically $33,000, and it definitely had a cheaper feel to the way the isolation was inside the cabin. Sure, it has all-wheel drive, it has a lot of the features that the competitors do and or more in some cases, but at the $33,000 price point, kind of start to get a different driving experience. And I think unfortunately that vehicle let in more NVH than one would like to see, again, at a given price point. But the Nissan Kicks start at around $22,000 including destination, so that's likely where a lot of that is based from, and unfortunately just translates into the fully loaded miles as well. But if you can look past that, don't mind that as much as I did. The feature set is very, very competitive, very solid of this vehicle. I think the styling and appearance is very good. Seat comfort was pretty solid, although I would like to see a power driver's seat. And I think as a whole, it's going to be a solid vehicle for Nissan over the coming years. So make sure you guys take a look at one, test drive one if you guys are interested in the subcompact SUV space. Certainly think it's worth a look, but ultimately it's going to be up to you guys to decide whether or not it's worth the value and the trim level that you're looking at with these certain features and options. But I think, like I said, it is definitely worth a look at your local dealership. So with all that being said, leave your thoughts and opinions on the 2025 Nissan Kicks down in the comment section below. As always, I appreciate continued support here on the channel. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure to hit that like button below, subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure to stay tuned and check out additional content I have here from the 2024 Mama Fall Fest, where I get behind the wheel of about 4 or 5 different vehicles and give you my quick first driving impressions, as well as, of course, a walk-around tour. But with all that being said, that is going to do it for this video. As always, I hope to see you guys in the next one.